Okay, so today we're diving into a hilarious, slightly tragic, and entirely true cautionary tale about a woman named Luna Starlight. We're going to track her incredibly rapid descent into the manifestation underworld. It's essentially a story about what happens when the shiny promise of easy abundance crashes headfirst into the cold, unforgiving reality of a bank ledger.
I mean, seriously, it brings up a crucial question. What actually happens when you quit your stable job just because a 23-year-old influencer on TikTok confidently told you the universe doesn't work overtime? Well, as you're about to see, what you get is a massive dose of comedic whiplash between spiritual delusion and harsh financial reality.
Part 1. The High Vibe Awakening, Leaving the Corporate Matrix.
To really understand this, we have to meet Luna. At the time, she was a marketing coordinator selling industrial grease. She had $1,243 in her checking account and a very judgmental cat. But one fateful night at 2:47 a.m., unable to sleep, she fell down a massive TikTok rabbit hole and stumbled upon a guru named @MoonchildMillionaire. Filming from a gorgeous Santorini villa, this guru delivered this exact wild piece of advice. Your job is your energetic prison. You're trading your life force for a paycheck. That's slavery to the matrix. To Luna, this was an absolute awakening. This influencer totally convinced her that she was literally blocking her own abundance by holding on to a scarcity mindset.
And things escalate so fast here, it's honestly dangerous. On day one, completely fueled by that 2:47 a.m. TikTok binge, she immediately drops $497 on a Manifest Money Fast course. And yeah, she put it on a credit card at a 19.99% APR, naturally. Just 2 weeks later, she abruptly walks right into her boss's office and quits on the spot. Why? Well, because the course taught her that traditional employment was the ultimate abundance block, and that the truly abundant always take the leap before the net even appears. $1,100. That is Luna's exact bank account balance the very moment she proudly struts out of her office, happily unemployed and completely free from the matrix. Oh, but there's a catch. Her rent is $1,850, and it is due in exactly 3 weeks.
Which brings us to Section 2, the price of manifestation, funding the delusion.
So Luna is now unemployed, severely short on rent, and needs to magically generate money. These are her desperate steps to, raise her vibration. First, she starts with the 55 by 5 method. This involves writing "I am a money magnet" 55 times a day until her hand literally cramps into a claw. But writing isn't enough, right? She needs tools. So she buys a $34 eucalyptus manifesting candle and a $45 crystal charging plate. She is hemorrhaging her actual rent money on accessories to attract money. And she's deliberately ignoring their plummeting funds because, according to the gurus, panic is considered low vibe.
But then, a new guru comes across her feed and convinces Luna that her first attempts failed because they were just too vague. According to this flawless TikTok logic, vague requests send mixed signals to the universe, and you end up manifesting a penny on the street. To get real wealth, you must demand exact details. So Luna decides she desperately needs Vision Board 2.0, this time targeting an exact $8.7 million Malibu house and a highly specific $98,000 Range Rover. The exquisite absurdity of how much this specific manifestation costs is just staggering. She goes to FedEx and prints 147 high-quality, large-format photos of things she definitely doesn't own for $342. She buys premium photo paper, custom framing, a corkboard, gold pushpins. By the end of it, she spends over $800 on glossy paper and hot glue. She's spending the exact money she desperately needs for survival just to make a poster about having money.
All right, Section 3, hitting financial rock bottom. The ledger doesn't lie.
Because here's the cold hard truth. No matter how high your vibration is, the banking system operates strictly on mathematics. Negative $657.09. That is the disastrous balance she hits right after her Vision Board 2.0 purchases process, which is instantly followed by consecutive $35 overdraft fees. The universe was certainly testing her, but mostly with continuous bank penalties.
So, rent is due in mere days. She's hundreds of dollars in the negative. What is her panicked, absolute rock-bottom decision? She Googles crystals for emergency money. She finds a set containing citrine, pyrite, aventurine, and a few others, sold by an Etsy shop named Abundance Alchemy. Because they are reportedly infused with Reiki energy during a full moon, she puts the $347 crystal set on a credit card with a 24.99% APR, utterly convinced these magic rocks will fix her checking account.
And the unforgiving consequence of that crystal purchase finally hitting her running ledger? Negative $1,039.09. She is essentially starving at this point, living off expired yogurt and cold canned chickpeas. And eviction proceedings are now just days away. The math simply isn't mathing for her.
Section 4. Welcome to the Matrix, the desperation job hunt.
This is Luna's real breaking point. The manifestation gurus constantly promised that the universe provides unexpected checks in the mail and endless abundance, right? But the law of attraction entirely failed to pay her extremely unamused Russian landlord Dmitry. He shows up at her door to threaten eviction, but seeing that she is literally living in 3-day-old pajamas and starving in front of a giant $800 vision board, Dmitry actually takes pity on her. He pulls a $50 bill from his own pocket and hands it to her, as a loan with interest, of course, just so she can go buy some rice and beans.
Fueled by those rice and beans and just pure, unadulterated panic, she experiences a manic burst of real productivity. Forget the 55x5 method. She sits on her floor and fires off 23 actual job applications in a single night. Target, Whole Foods, McDonald's, Petco, and finally, a listing for a call center paying $15 an hour.
Finally, Section 5. The final bill, cosmic irony. The universe did finally direct Luna to a job to save herself from ruin, but it is an absolute masterclass in dark irony. She gets hired at Titan Debt Solutions. It is a windowless, soul-crushing call center where she is paid $15 an hour. And her exact role? Dialing the phones to collect past due debts from desperate people who are in the exact same financial ruin that she is. In a weird way, she manifested exactly what she put out into the universe, crippling debt.
Now, she's forced to recite this incredibly bleak script verbatim to crying customers on the other end of the line. I understand this is difficult, but the account is past due, and without payment, we may need to pursue legal action. Reading those words every day completely shatters whatever was left of her high-vibe delusion. There is no magic here, just struggling people. So let's break down the devastating final tally. The $497 online course. Over $1,100 spent on 2 different iterations of vision boards, the $347 crystal set, then you factor in the candles, books, holographic notebooks. In just 3 weeks, the law of attraction industry successfully extracted a total of $2,158.43 from a vulnerable, stressed-out person who was just looking for an easy way out. The ultimate fate of all her magical tools is utterly anticlimactic and financially ruinous. Those $347 Reiki-infused crystals? Well, they finally arrive in the mail, and she immediately sells them on Craigslist to a total stranger for $80, just to have grocery money. And that 14-pound, $816 vision board, it gets ripped off the wall and tossed directly into the apartment complex dumpster. Her anti-hero journey is officially complete.
Which leaves us with a final, pretty provocative question to think about. Is the traditional 9-to-5 hustle culture really the Matrix? Or is the true trap paying over $2,000 for the illusion of escaping it? It's a stark, wild reminder of the predatory nature of the manifestation industry, essentially selling hope to desperate people at a massive premium. A fascinating, if entirely painful lesson in the true cost of magical thinking.